For some time now, pressure has been building on the opposition leader to name individuals who were allegedly beneficiaries of the Eurobond proceeds. And to fulfill his promise, Code leader emerged Thursday morning, dropping yet another bombshell by linking 8 topmost officials at the National Treasury and the Central Bank of Kenya to alleged disappearance of Eurobond proceeds.
The persons of interest in the Eurobond saga. One, Mr. Joseph Kenyo, Chief of Staff in the Presidency and Head of Civil Service. 2, Mr. Henry Rotich, Cabinet Secretary, National Treasury. 3, Dr. Patrick Kamau Thugge, Principal Secretary, National Treasury. 4, Mr. Bernard Ndungu, Accountant General, National Treasury. 5, Jairus Mohammed Nyaoga, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Central Bank of Kenya. 6, Professor Raila Odinga, former Governor, Central Bank of Kenya. 7, Mr. John Direch, Director Financial Markets, Central Bank of Kenya. 8, Mr. Moses Mudui, Manager Financial Markets, Central Bank of Kenya.
In fact, Odinga wants top echelons at the National Treasury out of office to pave way for scrutiny over their interests in the saga.
We demand that the top National Treasury officials, namely the Cabinet Secretary, Mr. Henry Rotich, Principal Secretary, Dr. Kamau Thugge, and the Accountant General, Mr. Bernard Ndungu, resign immediately and be arraigned in court.
Speaking as he addressed media on alleged loss of taxpayers' money in a scam that has implicated government officials and international institutions, Odinga called on President Uhuru Kenyatta to sanction inquiry into the Eurobond saga.
We demand that President Uhuru Kenyatta declares the Eurobond matter a national disaster and consequently undertake the following. Institute an independent international forensic audit to completely track and trace the whereabouts of the $999 million of the Eurobond proceeds that were not paid to the consolidated fund.
The opposition leader was in the company of a financial consultant who helped tracking the alleged proceeds from the Eurobond and who would later disclose that there was a fictitious transfer of funds between international banks and government officials.
The finding of fact is money goes to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York 2 months after it was the account was last transacted on 3rd of July. So 2 months the money is idle. When the money goes to that account, there's no evidence of who it belongs to, whether it's a JP Morgan account or a CBK Kenya account with the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. A week later, now in shillings back home, there is an attempt to show I have a credit in New York of $1 billion, which is 999. Then an attempt is made to start saying, I'm now transferring in drips and pieces the same 999, but in shillings, from the sovereign bond account in Kenya, the intermediate account I talked about.
We asked, show us a road, show us an irrigation scheme, show us an electricity generation project, which was constructed using this money. Instructions have gone out, and some of you know this in the field. Field officers have been instructed to look for any project which was implemented over the last 3 years and forward it to give a deadline of 5th of January. So it should be within the ministries so that Mr. Rotich can then compile and come to tell us these are the projects implemented using Eurobond funds. Why would they go to those extents if the money was genuinely used, if it did come here, it was used for the purpose for which it was intended?
Odinga insists that the scam was orchestrated by top-ranking government officials in collaboration with bankers, lawyers, accountants, and intermediaries in Nairobi, London, New York, South Africa, and Qatar. But a number of those linked to the scam have promptly responded, vehemently denying allegations by Odinga. President Uhuru Kenyatta's Chief of Staff and Head of Public Service Joseph Kinyua has rubbished Odinga's claims, charging that they were a product of a malicious and reckless political witch hunt, which will not go unchallenged. Central Bank of Kenya Chairman Mohamed Nyaoga has also distanced himself from allegations by Odinga, terming them reckless impunity. In a statement, Nyaoga said, and I quote, "This is a serious affront on my character and professional reputation, which I have built for more than 30 years. The two top-ranking government officials want the opposition leader to retract his allegations against them, failure to which they will institute legal proceedings against him." In its investigations, EACC had concluded that no Eurobond money was lost, as claimed by the opposition. Eric Beigon reporting for Channel 1 News.